Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne Rv, here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. So good morning from Shelburne Rv. So the next video I'm going to do is just going to be kind of an everyday workings of what goes on here. So you're going to get to tag along today as I'm working through the shop. It is Friday. Fridays and Mondays typically are very busy for us just because everybody's trying to go camping, and Mondays it's usually everybody coming back from camping, so everybody's trying to get all that stuff done. So these are typically real busy days for us. So right now I've got a little project. This morning we got a Monaco Class A here that we're going to pull down to the shop here. It came in with an Aqua Hot problem. So we're going to get this down to the shop this morning and see if we can get it diagnosed and see what's going on with it. So I'm just trying to get this big rascal pulled out without hitting anything. Customer's complaint was that it was not working on electricity, 110, and making some funny noises out of the burner. So we're going to get it all opened up and test it and hook some water up to it and see what we can get going on. All right, trying to locate this Aqua Hot. Sometimes they're kind of interesting where they bury these. Yeah. You see that right there? That one's where that's fit at. And that's going to be fun to get to. It's buried up in there, Gary.
Yeah.
This little bitty bay. All that stuff going on. We got to pull all those covers off and get in there and see what's going on. So let the fun begin. All right. Inside this lower bay, you see there's our Aqua Hot. Get it all opened up here. So AHE-100-04S is what we're working on here today. Go ahead and get some of these covers off right here. See what's going on. Here he's getting some water hooked to it. We'll get it fired up. See what's making the noise here. All right, get in here and pull this cover off. Hey, shout out to Milwaukee M12. I love their product. I got a lot of them. A lot of different attachments that we use, but they work good. Nice tight spots that we work in right here. All right, got this Aqua Hot. Just fired it up. Hear the noise it's making. So one of the things I want to look at here while it's running, rock around here and see what we got going on, see if it's smoking or, yeah, and we've got some smoke going on there. So one thing I'm going to look at is service intervals and see what we got going on there. We may need to pull this apart. I've talked to the customer about that. See what's going on. It has fired and run, but you can kind of hear it puffing in there. So we're going to take that. We're going to take this burner assembly, take the bolts loose there, and there's one on the other side. We're going to pull this out and do a service on it and see what's going on. Because we need to get the filter changed and the nozzle and verify that the spark igniters are in the right location. We're going to go ahead and pull all that out and do a quick service. Okay, so I've had Gary turn the burner off, the diesel burner off. Customer's other complaint was that we didn't have any 110. So I'm going to pull the cover off, verify voltage, obviously incoming, and then we're going to check our high temp sensors and just follow the flow on the electrical wiring diagram, verify that we've got power to the sensors, power to the heating element, and then try to determine what's going on there. Okay, we got the motor out on this Aqua Hot. You can see, look at all the fuel that's built up right there. Also, way back in here, you can see a bunch of fuel back in that burner assembly. Now, obviously, we want to make sure this should pull right out of here, like so. And we want to take a look at this. See all the soot, but it's still in pretty good shape. Sometimes these things will get really, really nasty. So here's one that we had taken off of another unit a while back, and you can kind of see that could be a problem. Blowed up pretty good, lack of maintenance. So this one here, we're going to clean all that up. We're going to go in here and change this nozzle. Gary's got a new nozzle for this. Got him in his hand right there, new nozzle, and then we got the gap tool. What we're going to do is double check this gap and make sure that it's actually set correctly, because obviously we're burning a little rich there. You can see the fuel burning rich on that. So while Gary's doing that, I'm gonna go over here and check on a floor job that Mr. Lewis is working on in this Revolution. And this thing's been kind of a chore. The gentleman wanted all the tile chipped out of this. So it had tile right here, and Lewis got all the tile chipped out of there. And you can see Lewis is in here working on this. We're gonna go in here, see what's going on in the body shop. New pylon replacement. Had a tree limb fall through up in the very top up there, and so we've had to come in here and put all new pylon on the front of this, get it all put back in the right place. And then they're out here working on this one right here. Got a little stress crack from the slide out. So quite a bit going on in there today. Okay, crawled up in the bay of this Monaco. The control board is actually mounted on the ceiling right here. Troubleshooting this 110 volt relay, and I'm really not getting the correct signal. I've got a signal for the relay. One should be positive, one should be negative. I've got positive on both ends. I have put a new relay on it just to verify we didn't have a short in the relay. Just got off the phone with Aqua Hot, and they feel like I have possibly a bad board. So I'm going to actually pull a separate 12 volt line to the relay, which is right there, just to verify that that is the case. And first, I just want to say that this video is not a troubleshooting video for you guys to troubleshoot these things. The whole intention of this video is just to show the day in the life of what I do and what I go through to help customers and help get jobs done. So don't use me as a troubleshooting as far as watching this video to get troubleshooting. If you're not sure, you do need to revert back to the manual of the Aqua Hot or whatever you're working on. You know, this is just to show you kind of what I do every day. So if you're going to work on these, please go to the website, look up the manual, follow all their safety procedures, and watch what they do, or watch some videos from people who actually are doing videos on how to do this. If you want to bring it to me, I'll be happy to work on it. But again, don't use me as a troubleshooting. This is just purely to show you what I go through during the day of work. And Gary, who's actually over there semi-taking a nap. He's working. He's trying to get some wiring done for me. So anyways, I'm going to run a jumper wire. We're going to retest this, and we'll see what's going on. All right, go ahead, Gary. So we've hooked the 12 volt line from ground source to the wires 11 and 12. You can see I've got good amp draw right there, so that tells us we do have a faulty control board. So we're going to call and get a price and call the customer and give him the good news on that, but that's what's going on. Okay, so we verified that with that wire that we do have a bad control board. So now that I've got my end done on the 12 volt side here, I'll go ahead and put all my covers back together. And then Mr. Gary is going to put all the burner. He's got the pressure test checked, And the speed test was good, so we're good on that. You still got to clean that burner out. I'm going to put the panels back on right here, and then I'm going to let Gary crawl in here, and he's going to get the fun job. All right, got the 12 volt all buttoned back up. Now Gary's going to go back in and put all the burner assembly back together. But I've actually been informed it's lunchtime. Look at that big old slide. Floor was out of that. We got it out, put a new floor in it. I've been informed it's lunchtime, so I'm going to lunch. We'll get it back here in a little bit. All right, back from lunch. Let's I think Gary's got the Aqua Hot pretty much buttoned up right here. I took a quick look at it here a second ago. So we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up and see what it does. Sounds a lot better. Let's go see what we got coming out. Well, ideally, we want to have some nice clean smoke. That thing's burning, right? Yeah. Excellent. Not a lot of diesel fume smell to it. It's burning good. Not real smoky like it was before. So good service on that. I think we're good to go on that. All right, so everything's good on that Aqua Hot. We just gotta put a few of the covers back on, get that buttoned up, and then we're gonna put water to it and run it. Make sure it shuts off on time. Go ahead and paint shop and just see what's going on in here. They've been working on the radio. Always the radio. Yeah, go ahead.
You come into the phone, please.
Yeah, give me just a second. So they've got the new Phylon on it. It had some cracks in it. So they've got all that sanded. They'll prime it. They've got new decals ordered for it. So they've actually got all the new trim, or the old trim, back on. So that's all good, sealed up. So they get that sanded and they primer it and get it all painted. But got to go answer the phone. Phone time. Get a lot of phone calls. Okay, got my phone call. Go in here and see what Mr. Lewis has been doing on this Revolution. A lot of work on this floor, trying to take this tile out. So, looks like he's got most of the tile out of here. I'm gonna turn this around so you can see. Now, obviously when they laid the tile, they have this little backer under here, so he's got all the tile busted up all the way around here. Now, that's what the customer wants. All the tile taken out. So he's got it up to this point. Still have the bathroom to get into, but he's got it all up, and then he'll peel this wood backer up there and get it all up here. Now, we had already laid this floor before we understood that that's what the customer wanted. We didn't catch that the first time, unfortunately. So, and there's a lot of work in trying to get all this out of here. This tile is really stuck to the ground, which is to the floor, which is good because moving down the road, at least it's not getting all busted up and broke. And there was actually tile in this area right here, and Lewis has already got that out and got the floor put in that. And this was flooring that was brought in by the customer. He supplied it, so it looks good in here. He actually changed his ammonia refrigerator over to this Samsung refrigerator. Not a big fan of residential refrigerators, but hey, that's what he wanted. Let's go see what else is going on. I got a big North Point fifth wheel over here. Had a rear bearing on the driver's side fail, so it's getting new bearings, and it got the drum, and of course messed up the backing plate. So yeah, that got it all tore apart. So looks like they're ready to go back on that. And Mr. Brandon's over here working on a reflection, doing the roof, working on a roof seal, trying to get some sealant done on the roof. So we've got that under control. So everybody else is pretty much at lunch at the moment. So I'm just kind of going around and making sure everything's on track. Kind of see where we're at. You can see right there, there's that big slide out that we pulled out of that big fifth wheel over there I showed you a little while ago. The flooring actually had, it was 1 inch thick flooring, and so nobody around in my suppliers had 1-inch material. Let me change the view here. So we got the floor out, and you can see how bad that was. It was really nasty. All the way down there.
You have a copy, Steve.
There's the radio again. Yeah, go ahead.
You have a phone call to the other guy again.
Awesome. Be right there. Once again, the radio. So the bracket that was bolted on the bottom of it that runs the slide in and out, obviously that ain't gonna work because of the floor rot. So we got some new 1-inch board coming. We'll have that ready next week. We'll get that floor put back in. All right, I guess I get to take a break from the floor for just a minute. I was instructed that I needed to go put the mail in the mailbox. So we're gonna ride down here and do that. Well, since I'm down here, I'm gonna stop down and see Miss Amy down here at Shelburne Mobile RV. She's your go-to person when you got mobile needs out away from us. Go in here and see what's going on with her.
Hello.
What's up, Miss Amy?
What's up?
All right, got done talking to Miss Amy, but Shelburne RV Mobile RV Repair, they obviously do mobile RV repair out on the fly. There's their card. You can call them at any time, schedule an appointment. We also have a print shop. So we do a lot of printing, make our own decals. I'll show you one of the vehicles to see. See you later, Miss Amy. There's our van. We actually printed and installed the wrap here on site. So if you need any decals or printing done, call that number you just saw. Miss Amy or Tori will get you under control. All right, Mr. Gary, let's take that. Where it dinged it up a little bit. So this is the one where the wheel bearings came off. It dinged it a little bit, but this spot right here and this spot right here are the critical points. Do you have that bearing that we can sit on here right quick, Gary, and see what the see what it looks like? He's gonna go grab that. All right, so it's got a little bit of damage right there from when the bearing blew out. See, it's still fairly tight. It's just got some places right there. So we're gonna hit that with some machine sandcloth and see if we can clean that up. I think we'll be all right. We just gotta get it cleaned up a little bit. All right, so I took the sandcloth and cleaned up those spots where the old bearing had got in there and chewed it up. So now you can see that bearing nice and tight going on there. No side by side wiggling, so everything's good. We've actually been able to save the spindle. So Gary's gonna go ahead and get that all greased up and get it all reassembled. We should be good to go. All right, so now we're on the same north point with the axle problem. And Coleman Mach 8 low profile air conditioner. We know it's got an internal fan that is blowed out, but we're having some trouble. There's 4 screws coming loose right there. Brandon, let me see your socket right there, see what's going on here. Screws giving us a little bit of problems here. So yeah, it looks like it's come loose inside there, so that's gonna be fun. Always something. The day in the life of an RV technician. Simple job turns into 20 minutes because of a stripped out screw, so that'll be fun. We'll see what we can do to figure that out. All right, so we did get it off finally. And now, see where that fan blade's all broke. I've actually got a new one. You got to go in there with a flat blade right in there. Now to come off there, and Mr. Brandon will get that changed out. We'll be good to go. So I'm going to move on back to my floor problems. And back onto this nightmare. So the problem is, again, this 1/8-inch Luan they put on here. You can see all these staples. And they stapled the far out of this thing. So we got to get all that up so we can lay the new floor. So we're going to be in here for a while working on this. I think Lewis has got the rest of the bathroom demoed. Yep, so we're in good shape there. So on to the funness of trying to get this 1/8 inch out. Wish us luck. All right, we got this biggest fire up here. We got generator throwing a code 27, no voltage output. So we're gonna have to get the front slide slid out and then try to see what's going on. We can diagnose the problem. Brandon right now is trying to get the front nose slid out. We'll get that opened up and we'll see what's going on with it. All right, Brandon's getting the power hooked up to this. Generator's having a little bit of trouble starting. We'll get the power hooked up. Let's go and see what's going on with the paint booth. Oh, you got the primer on.
Yeah, trying to dry it quick, but I don't think it's gonna dry in time today. I don't want to change it too soon.
Looks good. New file on. Looks awesome.
Cracks are covered though.
Awesome. All right, gentlemen, good job. All right, so got the power up on this generator from the coach, and we're showing a code 27. So what do you got on code 27, Brandon?
Generator output voltage not sensed.
Okay, so at this point, the bad part is we probably either got something going on with the stator, rotor, brushes, or control board, which, as you can see, is non-accessible because those covers are covering all that stuff up. So where we're at now is Mr. Brandon here's got to pull that generator out. So we're gonna get it pulled out of here, get it on the test bench, and then we'll do some more diag on it and see what's going on. All right, Giant. Good luck. Get it all pulled out. I'll be back to help you in a minute.
All right.
And we're gonna look at all the other stuff. It's got about 2,800 hours on it, so we're gonna be looking at all its 1,500 hour stuff and see if it's been done. Belts, water pump, hoses. We're gonna take a good quick look at that and see what's going on. Looks like Gary got everything done here, so we're in good shape on that. So I'm gonna go back in here and see what kind of progress Mr. Lewis is making on this floor. I need to get back in here and help him, but I've been called away doing other stuff. We'll see what's going on in here. Okay, Brandon's got that generator just about to come out. It's getting to be about a little after 4. So I've got to stick that big monstrosity in the body shop because obviously with the side open, I don't want everybody living in it over the weekend. So I've got to get my big truck here unloaded so I can get that put in there. So Wade's working on getting my forklift brought over here. We're going to get that off there and get a few campers moved around before the weekend. I like to leave the front kind of open up so that way the cameras catch people if they're up here. So Wade's gonna come over here, we'll get that unloaded, and then I'm gonna hook up to that big north point right there. And we're gonna get it out of here and then hopefully get that big J-code moved in there. So anyways, get all this stuff moved around. Gary, you got a copy, Gary?
Yep.
We ready to go on the big J-code?
Sure. I just gotta get this button out of here and we get it going.
Okay, I'm coming for it. Okay, LCI electric jacks all the way around. Got 6-point leveling on it. Lost its home. We just homed it yesterday. Hooked it up to the truck. Doesn't know where it's at. So got it rehome, got it hooked to the truck. We're gonna take it down here and get it parked in the outbound section. Got somebody pulling in the gate here who is not sure where they're going. Confused at where they're going. So I'm trying to get turned in here. Keep going, little black car, keep going. Office is down there. Probably coming down here to look at buying a camper. Unfortunately, we don't sell campers. All we do is repair work, and right down on the front gate, there there's two big signs that are like 4 foot long that say, "We do not sell campers." And yet I get at least 5 a week to come in here and go, "Do you sell campers?" So he's making a nice little pass to the parking lot because he's probably trying to buy a camper. I got Cousin Gary. I don't know if you can see him back there. Probably can't see him back there. Cousin Gary's back there directing me again. And he's telling me I'm good. Get her on the hook. All right, we're down here. We got one more. We got to get moved today before it's time to go. Getting kind of late. Late in the day. It's been a mild Friday. Usually have a ton of phone calls and lots of people in and out of here. It's been pretty mild Friday, which is good and bad. That means Monday might be really busy. We'll see. Got one more camper. Got to push this big fifth wheel here into the paint shop or body shop so we can get it out of the weather for the weekend. So in there and get some other stuff moved around. We'll move this in a minute. Trying to get things moved around. We're going to put the old 75 under the awning for the night, so it's not in the rain. It's got roof problems. We just haven't had time to work on it. It's kind of our winter project. We're going to work on this winter. So I'm just going to put that under there and then just pull that straight out, and then they can put it in first thing in the morning. They're coming in the morning to paint it. Yeah. So obviously the 75 hasn't run in several years, so it's got some problems. So I went and got one of those receiver rings. Toe rings. If you can see that or not. Take the forklift, put the ball right in that. Actually works pretty good. Cousin Gary just got to put it in neutral. I'll just push him right wherever I need to go with it. Easy in, easy out when I need to move it. All right, one more. Get put away for the weekend. Big country fifth wheel. We got to back it into our body shop here. It out of the rain and the possible people that come by in the middle of the night and like to look in everything. We'll get it backed in here and then we'll do our final walk around, make sure everything's locked up for the weekend, and we're going to get out of here. So kind of a day in my life, kind of walk around, see what I deal with every day. It's fun times. Like helping people, like helping fix campers, and I like being able to fix stuff that nobody else could fix. So I very much enjoy that. So almost there. We're good. Well, just another day in the life at Shelburne Rv. So there you go. That's a good Friday for us. But if you like my page and subscribe, you can follow us on ShelburneRV.com and have a good evening. Make sure to hit our subscribe button, and always remember that this video is Cousin Gary approved.